last technique of my half teaching. This is a little bit different. It's called takingaikidoback. It's basically, you guys, you would know this more than anybody if you're law enforcement. You guys have ever seen this? It's called come along. Police know this is come along. You want to restrain somebody, get somebody out of the situation, whatever, get them out of the bar. You apply this. Basic Aikido. Okay. Well, we're going to wind up doing this off of, I'm going to make this a little bit more of a practical application. So you want to walk up, shoving somebody. Okay. The next time you go to shove, again, typically, and I've seen this through my experiences being a bouncer, once somebody shoves you once and they go to shove you the second time, normally if you put your hands up like in a defensive posture, no, I don't want no more, as they go to shove you, they're not going to know. They're not going to know whether or not if you're going to hit them. Say they will naturally grab you. This is not traditional Aikido. How many techniques have you seen from this? It's very rare that you'll see this in Aikido. I've never seen this in any book. Okay, but this is what's really unique about this movement is that it's called hongyatu is what this grab is actually called. What's really unique about this is this blends into a lot of what we do. Okay. And I'm going to show you the movement, and then I'm going to see if anybody can see what I'm talking about. Okay? It's slow. But the idea is, what do you guys see there?
Takingaikido.
Can you speak up?
Takingaikido.
Okay? You want to come up underneath and grab the hand instead of your Nikyo movement on top. So as you do takingaikido, you come underneath and you grab this, and then this movement applies. Drop the elbow, now you have Nikyo. Then from there you grab the fingers again, whatever. Flip this over into Subetten, Sankyo, Shido Nagedari, whatever you want at that point. I don't care. The only thing I want to see you guys be able to get is once the shove comes in, retreat the second time, takingaikido into whatever. Finger, whatever, doesn't matter. But as they grab, make sure that this person doesn't lock their arm out. Because if they lock their arm out, now it becomes into Hichijime. Okay? You want to get to the point where this movement rolls over as you cover it. And this resembles the letter N for Nikyo. Okay, so you guys want to make sure that you get this. This posture is very important to get. That Nikyo. Okay? Moving to whatever at that point. So actually that's 86. Let's forget about the actual shove. Somebody comes to grab you, raise your hand up. And from that point, the nagashi, into this movement. From there you can cut down, haikanage, your hand, whatever you guys feel necessary. If you guys want to stop at that point, once you get that, that's fine too. You tenkan on this too. That's one thing I'm sorry. I got to touch base on that. Obviously, if you grab here and you go to do this right away, there's a chance that he's going to fire. Okay? Also, in my experience of being a bouncer, the minute somebody grabs you, usually a punch follows. I don't care how fast you are at this, you go to apply this, this is not going to be fast enough to where you can stop being hit. You're going to get hit. Okay? If you don't think you will get hit, I'm more than happy to have you sign a waiver here, and I'll punch you after I grab you. I guarantee I'll hit you. Okay? Not trying to be a smart ass, I'm just basically trying to tell you is don't just stand. The most important thing is get out of the way. Make sure you get out of the way of this movement. Then apply. Okay, if you're out of the way, he can't hit you. Okay? And so you want to just get out of the way. So regardless, to go slow, with the idea, grab too, the intent has to be there. If somebody grabs you lightly and you go to do the technique, and you're loosening up on this, that's not serious. How many people, with a show of hands, how many people have seriously been grabbed in their life by somebody that they did not know? You never been grabbed, Jack? Nobody's ever grabbed you at the bar? Okay. So that's the difference. There's 2 people here or 3 people here that have actually had that happen. What? So, just make sure that when you grab people that this movement is serious. Okay, so he's able to actually apply the technique. Okay. You're going to loosen your hand up a little bit, but it doesn't have to be to the point where it's, here he comes through and you're barely holding on, then he goes to apply this and it slips off. So you want to give him an honest attack. Best. Honest. This cover also is important. Okay? Any of these things are fine. Whatever. Okay? Okay, I have to admit I lied to you guys. I said like the second technique would be back on the Iminage. Well, it's been an hour. So, keep my word. We're going to wind up doing the Iminage now with the same attack, Kowski. In my experience in life with being in the security business, being a bouncer, most people don't throw punches out where their hand just stays there. When you guys were doing the Jumbi Kaiso, James was demonstrating the Kowski punch pull back. That's where we're going to wind up doing the Iminage after that. So it's a little bit more practical than what you actually see in traditional Aikido dojo. Okay? Instead of punching and leaving the arm out there and then letting the person do whatever they want to you. So I want you guys to focus on actually, the intent obviously is to punch the face. Okay? Please watch the control. If you happen to get somebody that their timing is a little bit off, don't do them a favor and send them to the dentist on Monday. Do some type of reconstructive surgery on their teeth by blasting them. Pull your punch back. Okay, if you train with any of my guys, feel free. I mean, they know that if they get hit, it's their fault. So, nice finish. So as he punches, right then, Suriyage come through. Same thing, keep moving forward. Iminage. Break fall is not necessary. If you can do it, do it. If not, it's fine. Hey, going on. Hey. A lot of people have a hard time with this transaction grabbing the fingers. So how do I get to that? Because they're holding on, they're trying to figure out. You're still applying this, it's called Ichigime. You're still applying this, let the hand go loose. The hand's naturally going to turn out of this position there. Okay? As you apply that movement, okay, if you let go, not let go, but if you release the tension, the hand will turn out. Keep your hand connected to this. Grab the fingers, step behind. Roll. Suriyage, a little bit different. The idea is not to get punched. So if you do it, normal tradition. Suriyage, you're going to have a hard time grabbing. So you have to, instead of releasing this, follow this, use this as a guide to where you can get the Hikijime. Okay? This essentially is Nikyo. Okay? This part is what makes it Hikijime. You hug this. Okay? See, a lot of people have a lot of distance in between. You can easily pull this out. Okay? So you want to avoid that. as you have this roll, this is nice and firm, and strong. Let that release. Grab the fingers. Step behind as you move. Roll. Got it? We're going to stick with the same attack, same initial throw, but we're not actually going to throw this time. Okay? So as he comes in, obviously don't get grabbed. If you get grabbed, the technique now changes. You have to move the side leg a different way. This movement, you can do several things from here. Go to side nage, right into each of your time. Throw. What I'm going to look for on this is sayunage, okay? Then move into kubishin, still control. Okay? Drop, same pin. The third pin that I'm actually doing with this, that's optional. Okay, you guys don't have to do this. This is all being video recorded, and Force Theory Sensei is getting a copy of this, so if he wants to distribute this to you guys are more than welcome to have it. Okay? I actually have an AD guy in the dojo, so it's up to you. If you want to make copies of everyone, you can do that as well. So move more into a strike, Uchigatami, whatever, but go into Kubishin. Get the fingers. Okay? Try not to hold the hand, where your hand's like this, because you can't actually pull away from that. You want to actually get fingers. Apply. Move into center. And this needs to be very firm as well. If this is just like this, and you guys are like that, it's like, it's real sloppy. You want this to be tight. Real tight. When you have it nice and strong. But from there, you can move away from this if you want. It makes no difference. If you just want to move away from it, just let go and move away. Move in, right to the face. Also, this movement of just actually getting the side nage might not work. So the idea is push his head by using his chin. And this needs to be tight. Tight, Tatedori, sayonage, and kubishin. Punch, grab, kick, take him down the ground. So the idea is as he comes in, this can still work from sayonage. Okay, you can still wind up doing that. So if you do get grabbed, traditional Aikido, I usually have seen people do this big movement. If you wind up doing that, your uke can turn on you and break your elbow. Okay, that's my interpretation of this. So instead of doing this big, sweeping, circular movement to sit there and do this, we cut this down a little bit more to where it goes straight up in the face. And you wind up throwing it from there, you can down to wherever. What I'd like to see you guys work on is cutting this movement and throw. Get into it. Work on getting the fingers here. Okay? A lot of people I've seen this different. I've seen the point where the arm actually gets bent. That's fine. I like to go right across the face. If they can't see you, they don't know what you're doing. Okay? But if you want to be able to try to do this version of the pen, this is almost like Ikkyo. Pretty much where you pen, this is almost like Ikkyo. Push the elbow down into his face. Pull him over. And eventually you wind up getting to more advanced side. Just throwing right through. Right. お願いします。はい、お願いします。
お願いします。